Welcome to Hospitality Matters. My name is Ronald Odom Jr., and I am the founder of Better Hospitality USA. And I am so grateful and thankful for you joining us tonight on this live stream. This is our first live stream event, and we will be doing these regularly. You'll see there's a calendar on our website, betterhospitalityusa.com /events, and you can go there to find out when and where we will be. Obviously, here tonight, we're going to be on YouTube Live as well as Facebook Live. And then in the future, we will also be doing community engagement and meet and greets on Clubhouse for great conversation, as well on Instagram Live. So tonight, it's going to be great. Let me see where we are here. So, as I said, I'm the founder of Better Hospitality USA, and you might ask, what is that? So Better Hospitality USA, a community of service industry professionals who are like-minded and seeking advancement, growth, education, professional development, and also just the collaboration and thought leadership that comes with being a professional organization. I created this organization a few years ago in my mind, and then I started working, I started writing, making notes, and I started talking to people, and I started asking them, what are you in need of? What are you in need of? What are you looking for? What are the voids and gaps in the industry that, could be filled? And what I found for the most part were people that were hungry for engagement, hungry for community, but it was always localized specifically to where they worked or what neighborhood they worked in. And I think that with technology, especially with, everything that's going on with the pandemic, there are no more boundaries. We have the internet, we have technology that allows us to Zoom or live stream and chat and all of that. So we're basically just removing those walls. And that's what Hospitality Matters is. It's a place for everyone to come together and have a conversation. So, if you haven't already, please go to our Instagram page and follow or subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get the information about future events. And all right, so let's do a temperature check. So I'm going to be doing weekly conversations on Clubhouse called Temperature Check. And that's basically, how are you? What's going on in your world? So right now, for those of you that are in the room, I want to go ahead and ask you to please go into the chat and just give us a status update. How are you feeling today? Has anyone asked you, just how are you? So let us know how you're doing. Let us know if there's something on your mind. And we will also be taking questions later on. We have a special guest tonight, so that's going to be amazing. I won't tell you who it is, but we have a special guest, and it's going to be good. So stick around for that. And before we get too far into this, I just want to go ahead and thank my team. I have some beautiful, beautiful people around me that are supporting me. So I'm just so grateful for them for getting us to this point. So thank you in advance, and thank you again to the viewers that are here. So I'm going to reset the room one last time. We're giving time for people to join in and get into the conversation. So I am Ronald Odom Jr., and this is Better Hospitality USA's first live stream. You're on Hospitality Matters, a conversation about the future of the hospitality industry. So this first segment, we're just going to talk about where you are in your career and what's next. Sorry. There's been a lot of change over the last year, and many people are unsure about, what's next for them and what they can do to be prepared to go back to work, if they need to look for new jobs, if they should be changing industries. there's so many options. I mean, so many people are starting businesses and following their passions. And I think that all of those things are viable options. But we're going to talk specifically tonight about things you can be doing related to your hospitality career and moving forward. So I can't see. I so just so you know, and I'll tell my team, I cannot see any comments. I only see the private chat. So I don't know. Oh, I see. Hey, Camille. Hey, Amanda. Hello, Latasha. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. This is my first time doing this, so it's going to be a learning experience. So thank you for your patience. I'm trying to figure out where everything is. All right, um, so let's move forward. Why are we here? What am I doing? Why am I doing this live stream? Uh, as I told you, I really wanted to do something to support those in need because I know that when I first moved to New York in 2008, wow, long time ago, I really didn't have I really didn't have a support network here. I literally knew maybe a few people from college, but I didn't have any family. I didn't know anyone in the industry. And I was coming into a new market, trying to really rebuild my network. And I always thought every time I saw those ads that said 3 years of New York City restaurant experience, I'm like, how do you get that if no one, gives you a chance because they never heard of your restaurant or any of those things? And I thought it would have been really great to have a professional organization of hospitality professionals that are passionate about the guest experience and passionate about knowledge and learning and food and wine and I don't know, weird tinctures and ingredients to use for a dish and different cooking techniques and styles. I always find those things so exciting. And I thought it would be really great if I was able to bring in, or not bring in, but build a community of those people that could support each other and grow. So that's one of the reasons why I started Better Hospitality. And the other reason is because I, like they say, treating the whole person when it comes to health. I believe that in taking care of the hospitality industry, it is important that we consider the whole industry in the conversation. So I'm taking a approach of whole industry. So that means the people, the industry itself, and the experience that we provide to the consumer and to our guests. So you'll see that our programming for Better Hospitality really does try to address all areas of the industry. And the community is welcome to anyone in the service industry, hospitality industry, food and beverage industry, whatever you want to call it. You can be a wine rep, you can be a maitre d', you could be a concierge at a hotel, or you could be any other role within the service industry or food and beverage. We are staying focused on the customer facing side because there are so many organizations that address, back of house specifically or management and ownership. So we are trying to stay focused on promoting the front of house service side of the industry. However, everyone is welcome and everyone can contribute to the conversation. I think that if we have those opportunities to share, having a maitre d', a bartender, a manager, and a chef, and a captain or a service assistant all there present, you can have those conversations and you can get to a new level of understanding and cohesion within your team by doing that. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break those divides, break those barriers, bring everyone together because we are one community. So, that being said, I want to talk about some of the programs, services that we will be offering. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. So when I was working on the program tonight, I realized that our better people, better industry, better experience. That's PIE, and that's pie. And I'm like, I could be a corny motivational speaker and say like, we really want to have the whole pie, the people, the industry, and the experience. So we'll see if that catches on. Maybe you all can talk about pie in the comments. All right. So as I said, I was going to talk to you about some of the programs and services that we're going to be offering. Right now, we are offering support with resume critiques and overviews, one-on-one career counseling. You can get a mock interview if you would like. Maybe you are preparing and you're very nervous about doing interviews. Don't wait until it's time to get the job. Don't wait until an opportunity comes. Get your resume ready now. Go ahead and get your interview outfit. Start thinking positively about like what you're going to do and how you need to be ready. But I would say the biggest thing is utilize this time now to be investing in yourself and investing in your network. I can tell you, all of my friends will agree. I've been pushing them, especially this last month, because I've been pushing myself and I've been like, y'all are coming with me or I'm gonna leave y'all. So come along for the ride. It's going to be great. We're all going to grow. We're all going to, experience this together. And it's going to be a new level of just like success, as someone said, you're going to get tired of winning. So some of the services I said, resume support, mock interviews and such. We also have a support hotline, which is available to you. You can call that number 347-827-1825. And that is a support hotline to discuss anything that you need, any concerns you might have. Maybe you just like, I was confused about this. Do you have an answer for me? It's literally there to be a place for you to have someone to talk to. So use it as you will. And then also, just so you're aware, we are developing partnerships for our community members who might be handling any type of mental health issues, substance abuse challenges, anything related to that, anxiety, stress, depression, all of that. It's a mess. This last year was rough for all of us. So we're doing what we can to provide those resources to you. So just know that in development, we are creating partnerships with licensed and legitimate organizations and cities across the country where you can reach out to them and let them know that Better Hospitality USA referred you, and then they will be able to bring you on board and offer you the support and the help that you need. So those are some of the services that we're going to be providing, and we are going to be doing a lot more as the community grows. So if you're interested in participating, volunteering, maybe you want to be on a committee. If you have a specialty in one of these areas or you have an interest and passion for one of these areas, we're happy to have volunteers support us through committee engagement and help us organize these programs for the community. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then lastly, one of the other things we're going to be doing, and hopefully this starts soon because I need it myself, is I'm calling it double ESL. I don't know if there's a legitimate answer for this, but I'm calling it double ESL because it's English as a second language and Spanish as a second language. I studied Spanish for 4 years and I still am not fluent. I'm quasi-communicative if you speak slowly, or you'll get a repite, por favor, or something like that. Or it's a lot of como se dice en inglés or en español. My Spanish is no bueno. But we're going to be doing what I'm calling right now double ESL. So the idea of it is that you're going to be able to have English speakers, Spanish speakers, same space, having conversation and literally teaching each other Spanish. It will have structure, so it won't be chaos, but it also will be just fun and a network experience. So part of the time you'll speak in English and you'll ask questions, make corrections, help people, clarify what those things are. And then the other part of the experience will be in Spanish, and then people will be able to practice their Spanish. And I'm going to be all on that Spanish side trying to fix my grammatical errors. So so that's one of the things we're going to be doing. So that being said, we I wanted to talk to you about something. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a lot of programs, and we are open or looking rather for support. So I don't know if it's possible, but if you could put up the support slide. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But if you all go to our website at betterhospitalityusa.com /give, on that page, there are lots of ways that you can support the mission of people, industry, and experience. It doesn't have to be money. It can be your time. It can be your skills. It can be anything that you have to offer. It could be extra aprons or wine keys. Like everyone's in need of something, especially when we start getting ready to go back to work. People might need uniforms or shoes. So what we're going to be doing is providing a opportunity for people to get and collect these items that they might need, and then they don't have to pay for them. But if you want to give money, who am I to refuse? You definitely can do that. There's a donor box app or donor box website rather on our website, or you can go directly to that. But just know that there's going to be a lot of resources. And if you want to support these programs, you can do it in several ways. It's not just about money. Taking the time to share your knowledge is also a contribution to our community. And the other thing I want to say is, as far as the programming, if you have looked at our website and you have seen the program offerings that we have put together, and you have an idea for something that's not there, put it in the chat, send us an email, and we will definitely engage with that because your voice matters. So I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, probably because I skipped some stuff on this outline. But I'm going to start preparing to introduce our guest. Let me know if the guest is possibly ready. She is. Oh, I said she. Now you know it's a woman. See, I was trying not to do that. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you before I brought her on. Okay, sit still 1 second. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is in April, I want to do an event, and I want everyone in this room right now to, in some way, contribute to the success of this event. That might mean telling someone, it might mean volunteering to work it, but there are a lot of people in our community that have been suffering from food insecurity, and a lot of stress comes along with that. But then there are a lot of people also that are on the cusp of homelessness. There are a lot of people that are under eviction notices right now, just waiting for the courts to open. There are a lot of people that maybe are couch surfing and staying with friends. There are people that have moved home with their families. There's so many of us in different situations. So I wanted to do a community event from Better Hospitality to support the community. So tentatively for April 17th, which is a Saturday, we're going to be hosting a Heart to Serve, a community outdoor dining event. So what it looks like is outdoor dining, not with heat lamps and little booths built on the sidewalk. Like, homeless people sit on the street, sit on the curb, and eat every day, okay? So what we're trying to do is put together an event in a public space where we can, as a community of hospitality professionals, serve those in need a warm meal and outdoor dining where they're treated with respect. We'll give them chairs, tables, all the fixings, and we're going to make it as nice as possible. But the point is to let them know that we care, to let them know that there are resources out there to support them, and just that we're there. So if you're interested in doing some type of community event for the homeless or those dealing with food insecurity, let me know. We will be doing that, as I said, in April, and we are starting on the planning already. I already have a permit approved by the city of New York. So yeah, get involved with that. So that was like the shortest 2 minutes ever. I swear I talked for like 5 minutes. Okay, so my audience is laughing at me. I'm funny, right? I hope I'm entertaining you. So first off, We are here to talk about the future of hospitality, and that part is starting right now. I just wanted to give you an overview of Better Hospitality, who we are, what we're doing, and I also hope that you all have had the chance to engage with someone else in the chat. Introduce yourselves, say your name, where you're located. I know we have people in different cities and states on here. So, yeah, this is about engagement. So, I know that I'm doing a bad job of looking at your chats because I have this screen that keeps covering you up and I can't see what y'all are saying. Scott Allen, Abgar, inspirational. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. My audience was laughing at me, and now I'm distracted. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring my special guest in. What I will tell you is that because it is Women's History Month, I thought it was super important to um, include women in the conversation, which I mean they are. However, I wanted to have the guest be a woman as well, and she is a talented chef. And I have a friend, Amanda, who's down there, and Amanda has been trying to connect us for a year. And we have not had a chance, mostly because of the pandemic, but just our schedules never aligned. But my friend Amanda, who I actually met working at one of my first restaurant jobs when I was in college. I've known Amanda for like, I don't know, 15, like 17 years probably. But Amanda has been trying to get me in touch with her friend who's a chef and lives here in New York, and it just hadn't happened. So I decided that what a better opportunity um, than tonight to show our audience what we mean by building community, collaboration, networking, rather than to expand my bubble personally and professionally on a live stream. So, without further ado, I will introduce to you Chef Jay. Chef Jay, are you there? Not sure if I can hear you.
You don't hear me?
Oh, I do hear you.
Hi.
Hi, look at you. I like your glasses. I don't know why.
Thank
That's
you.
what I thought. No, you have a beautiful smile. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's
Also,
so
thank you.
it's so nice to have you.
Uh,
As I said, you're friends with Amanda. I'm friends with Amanda. We're all in the industry, and we've been trying to meet. And you're like just over there, like probably like
uh-huh.
you're like right there. I probably can see you by looking out the window, right? No. So tell our audience who you are, introduce yourself, and what we should know about you.
Hi. So my name is Jay Jung, and I am a chef in New York City. I came from Korea in 2009 to go to a culinary school in in New York. Then I did my externship in New Orleans, and I fell in love with the full food, culture, music, and hospitality. So after school, I moved down to New Orleans and spent 4 more years. That's how I met my friend Amanda. And in 2014, I moved back to New York City. Since then, I've been working at all the Michelin starred restaurants in the city until the pandemic.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, would you mind telling us some of the restaurants which you've worked, or because I actually
Uh,
don't know. I know that there are
okay.
some good restaurants, but I don't actually know like where you worked and what your
Uh-huh.
background is there. So, if you could share with us like where your most recent position or whatever positions you want to talk about.
Okay. So when I was in New Orleans, I worked at a restaurant August,
Oh,
Dominica, and Herb Saint, and Dookie Chase. You know, Chef Leah Chase. Do you know about
yes,
her?
I was just there, like just before she passed. I was there. I love
Oh
the food;
yeah,
so good.
yes. I would call her my Creole grandmother.
Oh,
She taught me the classic New Orleans food, and I also worked at Oceana, Le Bernardin, and the Nomad Hotel, and Cafe Bleu as a sous chef. That was my last position.
oh, do you know Sharif?
Sharif, yeah, I mean he left after when I started. He wasn't there, but I met him a few
Okay,
times.
so I literally just talked to Sharif. So for everyone, Sharif was the manager at Cafe Balud. I
Right.
met Sharif because he was a manager of mine 12 years ago.
Oh wow.
Um, and so yeah, so it's awesome. So now we have like this like little world. I probably know a lot of other people that you know. So
Yeah, I think we have a lot of mutual friends.
yeah, definitely. So it's awesome to have this opportunity to connect. I wanted to ask you, when you moved to New York from New Orleans, did you have any challenges building a network? Did you already know people because of culinary school? Was that something that helped you kind of have somewhat of a network?
To be honest, I didn't know many people because people from the culinary school already, they went back to their countries or they moved to somewhere else. New York City people here, come and go, and they don't stay too long sometimes. So I literally started from the bottom, and that wasn't really easy, but I made it.
Yes, you did. You did make it.
Yeah.
So so I wanted to ask you before we get too far into, well, no. I'll come back to that. Remind me that I have a question for you about Cajun. I'm going to ask you about Cajun, but we'll
Uh huh.
discuss that in a second.
Awesome.
Okay. So I was asking you about moving here and you having a network. I wanted to ask, what did you do to build your network and how did you expand your bubble when you moved to New York?
First, I started to right after I moved into when I moved to New York. I started working at a restaurant, and I just started to work there. And I also had a little company that I used to work for called the Dina Lab. They have all they closed, but back then they had a one in New Orleans. They had a one in New York City. So it was like a pop up company. So I did some pop ups in New York City every 6 months and things like that.
Okay, and that
So
helped you meet people.
I met a lot of new people, and then I, once I hosted a dinner for 200 people,
Oh, wow.
and there were some influencers, some media, chefs, servers. That's how I started to network, and I did a lot of pop-ups.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, hard work, meeting people, putting yourself out there. That's so important. And so with that being said, that really just furthers the point that being active in the community, going to these events, finding these opportunities,
Hmm.
it's there. And if you don't know where to go to meet people, ask. Just ask.
Yeah.
A lot of times, that all it takes is just to ask. Because actually,
Right.
I actually messaged Amanda and I said, Amanda, I want to
Hmm.
meet Chef J. Can you make it happen? Like, call her, give me her number. I want to do this. So,
Awesome.
thank you
Thank you.
again for being here.
Thank you very
So,
much.
so let me ask you, what has the last year been like for you with the pandemic?
So the first couple months was really rough, and I felt like I lost the directions because as a chef, most of us, our dream is, goal I would say is to have their own restaurant, right? But the because of the social distancing, restaurants are closing actually, and I was like, at some point, I think I thought like, did I choose the right career? Because it's not doing really well. So that was the little first couple months was rough, and then I did some online classes, YouTube. I don't have my own like a YouTube cooking class channel, but I worked with other agencies, and
Mhm.
I did a couple cooking video project. And
Okay.
then I also did a little box called Eat to Explore. I collaborated with them. I gave them a recipe. So it's like a little cooking kit. When you open, you will see like a specific tools and ingredients to follow my recipes.
Oh, wow.
So now people are staying home and cook a lot. So I did that project.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
So as you said, last year was really rough. For me, I spent the last year redeveloping the programming, building this beautiful world that we're in right now, which is a virtual event space. And I really took the time to reassess what was important. And just like how you
Yeah.
said, did I pick the right industry?
Yeah.
What am I doing with my career? Like, I really did have that hard conversation. Um,
Yeah.
I really did have that hard conversation
Mhm.
with myself. So I wanted to ask you, you've been working on Cajun NYC.
Yes.
Is that something that you can talk about?
Yes, of course, I would like to. So, I am from Korea and I started my career as a chef in New Orleans. And these two countries are so important and so meaningful. It means a lot to me, especially I started to cook in New Orleans, and that experience just was life changing, and
Mhm.
I met amazing people and I learned from the best chefs in town. So I was talking to chefs there, and they didn't know much about Korean cuisine, right? So we always discuss it, this and that, and I found a lot in common, such as spiciness or preserves, barbecue, and seafood, and soup and rice. So I was like, actually, Korea and New Orleans are not too far. And when I was
Right.
cooking in New Orleans, a lot of dishes reminded me of my mother's dish back home. So I was like, what if I put these two cuisines together and create something new? It must be really fun. So I did a lot of events and pop ups, and it has been very successful. I got lots of media exposures, articles, and things like that. So, and during this pandemic, I found this. It's like a, foundation of my cooking. The Southern hospitality cooking. It's not just about the recipe or just something, delicious food. It's a soul food.
Right.
And so I started to come up with this Cajun, and I did some like a test run with a restaurant in the city, and I'm about to launch like in a couple weeks.
That is that's awesome.
Hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And just so you know, I will be there. Invite me
Mhm.
because I actually love everything that you just said.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So,
By
yeah.
the way, this is a food delivery, business. By the way.
Oh, nice. Does it come with the ingredients as well, or does it
Excuse
come
me.
and it comes with the ingredients?
So I cook. I prepare all entire meal, and you can just eat right away.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, so what is Cajun? So it's like a classic gumbo served with okra kimchi.
Okay. Okra kimchi.
Okra kimchi, and I have a Cajun. Oh my God, fried chicken that I've been dreaming of. I constantly have a craving for. So gochujang is a Korean chili paste.
Right.
So I marinate the chicken with the gochujang and buttermilk.
Mm-hmm.
Then tossed with Cajun spice and fried twice. That's a Korean part. Korean fried chicken is always double fried for extra crispy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I serve this with gochujang hot honey. So Korean pepper paste, the hot honey sauce. So it's
Okay.
a Korean, it's southern. So combining these two, it's very unique, one of a kind food.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. I will be looking out for it. Send me the information when it's ready to go, and
Awesome.
I will make sure that I pass it along with our community.
Thank you
So
very much.
you're welcome. You're welcome. So back to the conversation at hand. That's what you're working on, and that's what's next for you. Um, what do you think is next for us in hospitality? Like, as you said, so many restaurants are closing. So many people are trying to open restaurants. I actually got a call today saying that I have a client that wants to go ahead with preparing to open a new restaurant.
Mm.
So where do you think the future lies?
I think it's not what we want, but we have no choice to but accepting what's happening. Like, I always think, oh, I can't wait until this pandemic it is over. Even if it's gonna be done and COVID is gonna be gone, it's not gonna be the same, I do believe. And people, the society, and I think the structure, especially food industry, everything is changing because
Mhm.
we now realize that I mean, except for chefs, right? Most of us don't have to go to work actually. You can work at home remotely. So we learned something new. Whether we like it or not, I think I don't want to say this, but it's not going to be the same. And we have to understand and get ahead of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I think that, for me, all I can say is that I am hopeful. You
Yeah.
know, I try not to think about like when this is over. I try to think about what can I do right now
Hmm.
and to prepare for when it's over.
Yeah. I
Uh,
do believe COVID is going to be gone some years, right?
yeah, 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 no,
I do believe,
I think
but
3 to 5 years probably. I mean, I think
yeah,
three
I
to
I
five years.
I, I think it's gonna last for a while, but it's not gonna last forever. But
Yeah,
the thing
not
is,
forever, but a while. Yes, yeah.
in the meantime, we will be also changed. Like for example, I was watching a football game from last year, and watching it filled, in a stadium, people in the stadium, so full, was just terrifying, and I was like, oh my god, that's
You're like in
crazy.
your mind, you're like, if that was today, like all you saw was
Yeah.
like not good, no social
Right.
distancing. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
do think that the effects of the pandemic, long term, will be um, changes to how we engage with events in general, large gatherings, large groups of people, different spacing. Because I mean, the practice for so long in restaurants specifically has been as how do you get more tables? How do you get more covers? Like how can you get more chairs? How can you get more seats in this restaurant? Every seat is, revenue. So I think
Mhm.
that having that philosophy for business in general, because you do want your revenues to be healthy. Now we have to balance how many chairs you can fit with how
Mhm.
many you should fit. And
Mhm.
sometimes that's different from what the code is, code enforcement or fire department, permitting. Like maybe, yes, it says you can have 150 people seated, but maybe for social distancing, you really shouldn't go over 80. And
Right.
it's really like, what does that look like? Who's going to be regulating that? Who's going to be overseeing that? And how many of the members of our community are going to make the conscious choice to do the right thing no matter what? Like even if you can put 100 seats, if you know that like this, like it's a little tight, I'm gonna have some issues here, choosing the right side of that conversation with yourself, But
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, have you had any experiences? Have you dined out? Have you seen anything in the restaurant industry or in hospitality since you've been going outside when you do?
Yes, I've been going out once in a while, and in the summertime it was kind of bad. Weather wasn't nice enough, but it was raining, and actually I got all showered. Everything that I had on the table was wet, wine and everything, and people back
Hold on,
then
you were at
weren't
the restaurant
really
eating and it
prepared.
was raining?
Yeah, I got soaked up.
Wow.
But it happened a couple times, and that time we didn't really know how to manage it, I think. Recently I went to a restaurant in Chinatown, outdoor. It was very nice, but also still very cold. But it was great. I was just so happy to go and eat the food.
Yeah, 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 for sure. So,
Yeah, but mhm.
oh no, go
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
but I
I was just
see
gonna.
like I don't. Yeah, everywhere I've been to, I didn't see any big groups. It was always less than four people. It's like mostly 2 to 3 people and just socially distanced. With all the shield.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I've been out. One time it was raining, but luckily this was after they had opened the open streets and they had built like a shelter. So it
Oh,
was
okay.
covered. But the thing about, at least here in New York, I'm not sure about other cities, is that the rainwater, when it gathers, it can really pile up. So the people that were sitting close to the curb, it was literally like 5 inches deep of like
Mhm.
rainwater running down the street. And I was thinking to myself,
Right.
I could not imagine. Like people were holding their feet up off the ground
Yeah.
because there's water. It's a lot. So
Yeah.
so yeah. So I wanted to ask you in relation to the future of the industry, what do you think will be like if you could name three lasting impacts? Like what does that look like? Three things that you think the pandemic will cause to change long in the long run for restaurants and hospitality in general.
Um, I think it's definitely going to be less condensed. People are, but there's a hunger. That I don't really think the hospitality and the food industry will ever die, because even if we do all the social distancing and close the country for a while, people still love to go out, and that's you know to make people, they are eager to go out. And I've seen a lot of people going out recently too. So
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
there will be, I can see a lot of people um doing like on, chefs especially doing online classes and social media thing, and TikTok, and making a lot of food videos.
Right.
And
So the you think that the industry won't die, but you think that the what is it the amount of people gathering in the spaces will change.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's definitely going to be changed.
Yeah.
And
Anything else?
yeah, and then also lots of I mean, I've all the like a meal kits and home cook, the packaging thing. I think that's the next thing,
Do you think that
made by
restaurants are going to be
chef.
providing that? With do you think restaurants are going to increase their offerings of meal kits, taking away or take away food delivery orders and stuff?
Yes, and also lots of catering, but it's also socially distanced the catering business. I see that happening.
Okay. Okay. All
Mhm.
right. Yeah, I think that I agree. Like all those things I see is changing. One of the things that I believe is going to change is that reservations will become more prevalent and more
Yeah.
necessary because no one wants to go to a restaurant and then wait an hour and a half
Right.
for a table. And if you can only have so many guests and you know that ahead of time, I think that you're going to see a lot more restaurants utilizing
Uh-huh.
reservations. And that not only helps with the guest experience, improving that guest experience if you're able to meet those timelines, but it's also going to help with COVID tracing. So if there's an issue where there is an outbreak, someone gets infected, by having the reservation system in place, you already know who was dining at what table and at what
Mm.
time. So I think that's another big thing that's going to change within the industry. In relation to those who are unemployed or out of work, um, do you have any words of encouragement, support, a resource to share, anything just to say to those out there that maybe have had that rough year and still don't know what's next for them?
Actually, I have a few chefs friends who are reopening, and if you are looking for a position, I can maybe help you out first. And my chef's friends are also contacting me, like, they are looking for cooks and dishwashers and, you know, some positions as well. And I see Chef Danielle Blue is open for the restaurant, group is open for every position is open right now. And I see more job opportunities will, down the road as the vaccine, access, you
Hmm.
know. Yeah, so also we need to find a way to adopt this new era and there will be a way to get through it. And cooking videos, that could be one thing. And making some content that you can share with, that could be also another thing.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, in regards to what you were saying about um, job opportunity, that goes
Yeah.
back to what I was saying to the audience: getting your resumes ready now, preparing for those interviews now,
Right.
so those opportunities come. But the other thing that I
Mm-hmm.
want you to know is that my plan, my hope, is that if we are able to engage our community, expand our network and our bubble,
Mm-hmm.
all of those all of those of us that are leaders in our field have skills in specific areas and niches of the hospitality industry. We should all be back to work in a
Mm-hmm.
great position where we want to be and working together, but that
Mm-hmm.
requires us to be in communication and such. So my hope is that if there are 200 jobs, I'm sorry, 200 jobs, if there's 10 jobs and there's 200 applicants, my hope is that those 10 people that are members of the Better Hospitality community, who have shown that they are dedicated to their careers and are investing in professional development and education and building their network, that those people have the opportunity to get back to work. I think that if
Yeah.
we can come back with the top 10% of our staff intact, I think it would be amazing. Think about the
Yeah.
experience. Think about the experience. Like, I'm not saying that everyone doesn't need a job. Everyone needs a job. Everyone needs a place to work. But just imagine an hospitality industry where it's the best. Just imagine you go to a restaurant and like everyone cares. Like it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
And
that I
yeah,
think that
that's
would be
so true.
amazing.
Yeah, and I also found the one more thing that I want to touch base. One more thing, I found this a lot of private chef inquiries because people are scared to go out to some people, right? They are so scared to go out to a restaurant and still they are not comfortable. So I've seen people asking me to cook their home, and I've seen more inquiries and requests, and also I've seen some apps. Now people are having a different route, cooking.
Mhm.
Restaurant chefs are not working at a restaurant now, but they have a different take a personal chef route on an app and online thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. So I want to take a second. I don't know if
Okay.
someone from my team can assist me. I cannot. I can't. I can only see the last three comments. Yeah. So I want to be able to prepare to take questions. So we're gonna keep talking, and for those of you who are engaging in the chat, we are going to figure out why I can only see three comments. Apologies for not responding immediately. Just figuring that out. So we're going to get these comments to you. Maybe if we can just send them in our own staff chat, and then I can review them that way because I'm not able to view them through this platform. So, um, oh, so what do you think about what do you think about the offerings of um, what do you think about the offerings of Better Hospitality and the services that we're seeking to offer and how we're trying to support the community? Do you have any thoughts or ideas about how that could help people or impact the industry as a whole?
Um, I'm sorry. I was just reading. I'm in that comment about the fried chicken, and just I was just reading.
Yeah, no. Look, now I have it. I see someone's going to be dreaming about this fried chicken.
I that's a fried chicken that I wake up for. Like
You
I
wake
wake up
you
and
wake
I have
up
a
for it.
craving for. Like seriously.
All right. If someone's asking, um, is there a link? I guess. Do you have a website already for?
I'm working on the website, but I do have an Instagram called KJUN NYC,
Yes.
KJUN NYC, and
Yeah.
then there will be some updates and upcoming events of everything.
Right. So if you want to hire Chef J, purchase her meals, any of those things, follow her Instagram at KJuneNYC, and she'll be making notifications and updates there. Someone
Right.
asked about delivery service. Is it going to be your team delivering? Is it going to be like on a platform, one of the apps, or like something
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be on those apps, and I'm working on them.
that? Okay. All right. So she's going to be using platforms. So follow her Instagram, and the information will be there when she's ready to share.
Thank you.
Y'all
Yeah,
wait a
it
minute
will
for the chicken.
be
The chicken's
ready
coming
in a month. In a month.
in a month. All right.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So someone's asking about automatic format. I guess that's about like automation losing jobs. Do you think that that's going to affect the restaurant industry much as far as, I guess, the labor force having automated functionality, preparation, maybe less prep cooks, or I don't know how that affects staff in like a full service environment. Do you have any thoughts about automated functionality, I guess, in the hospitality industry?
Uh, Sorry, I do not understand the automated. What was
Basically,
that?
computers doing your job.
Yeah. I mean, I just realized that the chefs they are so into cooking, but those we have to use those. I'm sorry.
No, no,
Sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. All right. So, I was gonna ask you. Your experience has mostly been from a cooking aspect. Do you have any experiences on the front of house or service side?
I'm sorry. What were
I
you saying?
said, I said, I know that you have a lot of experience, as a chef and cooking.
Huh?
Have you any experience like on the front of house side, service
Oh
side,
yeah.
or?
Yes. Yes. So my mom is a chef back home in Korea, and she had two restaurants, and she was cooking in the kitchen, and I was managing the restaurant.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
nice. So
I
you,
that's how I started actually.
oh, wow, wow, wow.
Hmm.
Okay, so guys, guess what? I found the chats. I think I found the chats, but you see, it's not scrolling. I'm not crazy. All right, we're gonna figure that out another time. I can't play with that right now. All right. So, guys, if you have any other questions, please put them in now. And then we're going to continue the conversation about the future of hospitality and what that looks like. I'm going to hold for one more minute. So, get your questions in. If I haven't answered your question already, please put it in the chat now. I'm going to do that so that we can do a Q&A. The pandemic created a bunch of ghost kitchens, focus on delivery services. How do you think this can change the industry in post pandemic time?
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you answer that one.
I mean, I've been researching some ghost kitchens, and the problem is they are a little too expensive, and mostly people who want to do the delivery business, they are starting very small, and most of the ghost kitchen has have this kind of like a commitment for a year and crazy amount of the deposit, and um but I also that's going on right now, but I've seen some other people working on, collaborating with the restaurant chefs, sharing a one space, dividing the rent by the numbers of the restaurants that's involved in. So I say there will be a lot of alternative instead of kitchens, because ghost kitchen, I mean, it's a little too expensive, to be
Okay.
honest with you. And then you pay 25 to 30% of commissions to all these delivery platform, and I don't know how they can survive with this kind of structure.
Yeah, the margins are really high
It's
for the
really
delivery
high.
services, and with
Mm.
the food costs still escalating and growing, and
Right.
then you also have the delivery fees. It just messes all of the pricing up because at that point
Mm.
you're paying $25 for like a chicken sandwich to be
Yeah.
delivered, and
Right.
you're like,
But
I don't
also
know if I
chefs
should do
also
that.
pay restaurants also paying it. So
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. So um, on that's what I was gonna say. So on your idea of sharing the spaces, I actually was thinking to myself that one of the things that I was going to be looking for or asking for was in kind donation or partnership. On that extension cord there's a plug. No, watch out. That's why I don't want to touch it. Sorry, there was a light flicker here. Yeah, it's just that the plug's not plugged in. You just push it in. Sorry. So here, it's on the side. Sorry, my battery was getting low on my laptop, so it's just getting plugged in. Sorry. So, in relation to your statement about ghost kitchens, what I was saying was that I do believe that there is an opportunity to share spaces. I was thinking the same thing for Better Hospitality because we're going to be hosting events and such, and because we have to do everything socially distanced, it's like, how do we do that and afford a space large enough to accommodate the number of people that are in the training or in the seminar, right? And I was thinking, if there are restaurant owners or business owners or owners of real estate out there that are willing to support the hospitality industry and offer up their fitted restaurant kitchen spaces that are maybe vacant. Maybe a restaurant was there, but there's not there. Let's figure out a way to put those spaces back to work.
Mhm.
And there are owners of those spaces there that would let them use. Imagine if there was an owner of a building, owner of a restaurant, has a fully equipped kitchen sitting, not doing anything. He has a dining room, a private events room, sitting, not doing anything. Have those people work together and use it for the needs of the industry. Have
Right.
training in front, have the ghost kitchen in the back, use those services to support each other and come up with something great. Like that's what I'm talking about collaboration, thought
Yeah.
leadership, figuring it out, coming up with solutions to the problems. Because there is going to be a lot of vacant restaurants. And it's like, what can we
Yes.
do with them and how can we utilize those spaces? And also make it affordable. Because one of the reasons why so many of those restaurants closed was because of actual increases in rent
Yeah.
to push businesses out. And that's the crazy thing.
Yeah. That's so crazy. That's actually how I'm starting. I'm sharing a space with a catering company, because the catering company, they don't really have much business right now, and I just literally knocked on the door. Hey, can we share the kitchen?
Well, you asked not, you have not. You asked and they
Yeah.
said yes. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Um, all right. So let me see if I can find these questions again. Um, food trucks, Food Network. What if they build a massive kitchen with many kitchens where you can wrap? Oh, like salons.
Do
Interesting.
you think tasting menu will return to post-COVID levels?
You said
I
tasting menu? Did you just say tasting menus?
There was a question about it.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Do you think
I'll let you.
tasting menu will return to post-COVID levels?
So I mean, I'll answer that question.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Oh, I think that the thing is, so on this, I only see the chats in this app, but there are people on YouTube, so I can't see in both places. Okay,
Mm.
so in regards to that answer about tasting menu, I do believe that the amount of time that people are going to want to spend in restaurants will decrease. Just because I know like a tasting menu can be 2.5 to 4 hours, depending on what you're doing, where you are, why you're there, how many guests are in the table, and so I do believe that sticking to like a 2 hour and under format is going to be better for safety reasons. But who knows? Who knows? Do you have any thoughts about tasting menus?
I think that that's gonna, they will come back because there's a hunger for, because we are all eating fried chicken. I mean, I make fried chicken,
If you say fried
but
chicken one more
everyone's
time,
eating now something really basic, tacos, pizza. So people still have cravings for
right,
something else.
right.
And I wanted to touch base on one thing earlier. You asked me if I know something to share about for job opportunities. Actually, there are not a lot, but there are a good amount of job openings in the Hamptons right now.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay, in the Hamptons.
yes. After the reopening, the restaurants are opening again, and the Hamptons are, they are in search of chefs and, you know, servers and everyone.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. So I want to say thank you, Chef Jay, for sharing with us. I hope I got to most of the questions. If I did not, I'm going to review them after this and I will make sure that we follow up with you through email. So if we could all give Chef Jay a round of applause, do it the way they do it on virtual TV.
Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, See, studio audience, it's like
Uh,
watch what's happening, right? So thank you, thank you, thank you to Chef Jay
Thank you for
for
having me.
joining us, and I wish you nothing but luck. If there's anything that we can do to help you, let me know, and please, when that chicken is ready, call me.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. All right,
Bye.
so thanks again. So, everyone, this turnout is great. I'm so excited to have so many people in the room. So grateful to have everyone engaging in the conversation. Um, I just wanted to just like meet Chef Jay, talk to her, and like find out what's going on in her world and where she stands on different things. And I think it was great. I'm definitely going to reach out to her and stay in touch so that we can collaborate together. But that was kind of, I guess, like our experiment, like expanding your bubble, expanding your network, reaching out, meeting other people, and finding ways that you can support each other. So if you want to get in touch with Chef Jay, please follow her at Chef Jay Young, or go to Kjun NYC to contact Chef Jay. Thanks again to you. So I want to go back and talk about um, our engagement opportunities. There is an opportunity, as I said, to volunteer, to be on different committees. And if you're interested in doing that and helping um, further this conversation along, let me know. This is the very first live stream. So it's kind of like a mixed bag of like all the things you can expect for the future of Hospitality Matters programming and our video live stream events. The only main difference is that in the future we will have some events that are moderated speaker panels or guest speakers, and then others will be more educational seminars where it will be led by an industry leader or professional, and they'll be speaking to a specific subject matter, which is communicated in advance. This format here is a little bit of a hybrid. So we had a guest. I talked to you in the beginning about better hospitality, and now we're going to wrap this evening up with some more discussion about the future of hospitality and what that looks like, and the things that you can be doing to prepare for the return of the industry. So let me see here. Sorry, gonna check to see. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so if you haven't followed us on Instagram, please do that now at Better Hospitality USA. If you're on YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be posting more information about future events and offerings there. And if you're on our website, definitely check it out, see what we're doing there, and go to our Give page. There are so many ways you can support. Please feel free to go to our website, betterhospitalityusa.com/give, and see how you can contribute and support the mission. So please do that. You can also obviously pass the word along, tell others about our offerings, and share your skills and talent. So that's what I want to say about that. And I skipped something. I skipped a whole section. All right. I don't know. So listen. Okay. Those of you who are in the chat right now, can someone please, or can everyone please? Oh, they're telling me what I skipped. Thank you, team. My team is so supportive. I don't know what this says, but okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was looking for the slide for the full screen, but it's cool. Don't worry. So, guys, this is our first live stream. As I said, we're going to iron out these kinks and do it. That's why we invited our closest circle, our closest bubble here tonight. So, all of you who are in the room, you are here because you are part of the extended Better Hospitality USA bubble. Someone that you know gave us your name, your contact information, and invited you to be a part of this conversation. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining the conversation. Thank you, Scott. Scott has experience with mental health, behavioral health industry, and we'll be happy to help out. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. Building those relationships, building those partnerships, and ways to collaborate. So I'm just going to talk for a minute. I guess the thing that I really skipped was like how hard 2020 was for me. No, not really, but I mean, it was hard. But back to better hospitality and the future. Over 2020, I realized that it's really important that we work together. When all the restaurants closed and everyone, was put on indefinite leave or terminations and such, so many people didn't have direction or contact with others. So many people's emails, especially those in management or lead positions, those emails become dead. Like even for this event, most of the emails that I had were at saidrestaurant.com, and none of those people work at those places anymore. And if that was my only means of contact with them, then I don't have those relationships, or I'm not able to readily communicate. So I would say one thing that I think is a change for the future is going to be making sure that we have permanent professional emails that we can use within our network. And I understand you have to use business email for business conversations, but I think that one of the reasons why it's been that way is because the industry has always promoted a chef-focused or restaurant-centered approach to clout in the industry. So it's like, oh, you worked for this chef, you worked for this restaurant, so that means that you're this. And some people don't care, but some people do use their emails that way. And what I think that Better Hospitality is striving to do is put people first and make them the star of the show. You know, it doesn't matter if you work at, I don't know, Chardonnay Grill in who knows where, Ohio. If you're the best, if you're the best person there, you're knowledgeable, you know everything there is to know about Chardonnay, you're providing a great experience. It does not matter that we don't know the name of your restaurant or the name of your chef. What matters is that you are skilled, you are knowledgeable, and you're providing a great experience. And we want to meet you. So it doesn't matter where you are or who you work for, you have value. If you see on my Instagram page, it says you are in charge of your own destiny, right? You're in charge of your own destiny. So I want you to know that everything that Better Hospitality does is to promote you, your success, and your growth. Investing in people is the fastest path to a successful community, a better industry, and just happier, healthier people. And that's what we want to do here. So I don't know if there have been any more questions put in, but lastly, I want to say that we will be, how often will we be live? We will be live in a format weekly. The live streams here that we're doing tonight will amp up the schedule as things get going. But do know that every week you will see us on Clubhouse. There will be a Instagram live conversation, and then when we can, we'll be doing these. This is the very first live stream, so really this was just about getting the message out, getting the word out, and working out some of these little kinks, like how to see the questions. So thank you for being a part of this. But the other thing I was going to say about the future of the industry and what I see as a change, in addition to the reservations and such, is I believe that we're going to have a bigger conversation about health and safety. I would say one of the things for me was that I had not really addressed even whether or not I felt safe to return to work. There is an increased hazard of health, especially with people not having the vaccine just as yet. So I know that that's a conversation we need to have, and I believe that while we can expect our city officials and government officials to do the best that they can, it's up to us as an industry to set those standards and figure it out. So while this is the first conversation, like the mini conversation, the plan is for us to have future chats where we dive deeper into specific subjects. So it'll be one topic, and we're just going to talk about it, and we're going to troubleshoot it, and we're going to come up with a plan, and we're going to figure it out. Okay? So that's the plan of action there. And I'm going to. Can you tell me, are there any questions that I missed? We're nearing the end of the program. I have a few more things to say. We will not have a. Well, hold on.
Where are you located?
Where am I located? Okay. So the first question was, will we have a guest every time? We will not always have a guest, but I will not always be here. And this beautiful set will not always be what you see. There will be many other leaders joining into the conversation from around the country, from Florida, from Portland, from Seattle, from Chicago, from Nashville. There are going to be people from other cities, other markets with different views, different viewpoints, different experiences, and dealing with different challenges. So the conversation is going to be very diverse. So no, I will not always be here, number one. And two, sometimes, as I mentioned before, it will be a seminar format. So those will be more like a lecture with a Q&A at the end rather than the direct engagement with a guest. Thank you for that question. For the question about where am I, I am located in New York City. I am in Harlem. This is my home. You're actually here in my home. I'll show you a couple of things. So you see these little owls back here? And there's a couple owls up here. So these owls are like my thing. I collect owls. I don't know if you can see this little eye right here. It's actually the eye of an owl. I have a pot with an owl on it. So that's my thing. If you ever want to, get me a cute little thing, send me an emoji of an owl. I'll smile and I'll laugh and I'll say thank you. And then I'll show you. This was a gift from my sister and brother in law. It is a tiny little brass owl from Greece. It has a nice patina on it, and it's got some weight on it too. So this is my favorite one. But I love all of my owls equally. So, anyways, so yeah, and let's go back here. Sorry. So I want to reset the room. I don't know if we had anyone come in late, but I am Ronald Odom Jr., and this is Hospitality Matters, a conversation with Better Hospitality USA about the future of the industry. And I just want to thank everyone for coming. I want to take the time now to once again thank Chef Jay and thank my team. But I also want to make sure that everyone knows that this journey that we're on, there is hope. We will make it through this and it will be better on the other side. What I say is, and what we will be discussing is what worked before, what didn't work. Actually, yeah, that's the question. That's what I miss. I don't know where that is on this outline. What worked? What were we doing before the industry that worked? What are those things? Let's identify those things that worked. And then let's identify what things that we need to change. And let's work on those things. Put those things in the chat, put them in the comments, send us an email. Let's have those conversations. Because that's how we get ahead. We discuss what worked, what didn't work, and what we can do to fix it. But I think the first step is talking to each other, having conversations, and just sharing. So I want to thank you all. If we could, please, we're going to talk to my team now. We're going to move to the last segment, of the show. So before we end the show, I want to tell you that I am going to jump on Instagram after this, and I'm going to jump on Clubhouse after this. Probably take a 10-minute bathroom break or something. So if you want to continue the conversation or have a more direct dialogue, I will do that post-show about 10 minutes after, which looks like probably it'll be like closer to the 9:30 mark. But I want to do that. I want to remind you that we will be doing temperature check, where we check in with you on Clubhouse each week, seeing how you are, how you're doing, how you're feeling, and what's on your mind. I say that because there was a point in time where I thought, I was like, no one's actually like asked me how I'm doing. Like, I just was like, this would be a nice thing to do. Like, where are you? And when I say no, I mean like my family asked me that, my friends ask me, but I'm talking about like professionally, checking in with your old coworkers, checking in with your old managers and your bosses and your chefs and all of that. Like, just check in with people. People will be happy to hear from you. So we're going to be doing temperature checks. Don't forget, we're going to be doing the Hard to Serve event in April. So if you want to get involved with that, you have a resource that would be beneficial, or a partnership that could help us with supplies or food or anything like that, please reach out in regards to that. And then let's have a conversation about the future of hospitality and what it is not so bleak. It is going to be challenging, but if we work together, we can succeed. So with that being said, last call to action. If you care at all about the future of the hospitality industry, if you care about growth and learning, please follow us on Instagram and please tell other people about Better Hospitality. I hope that this has been a enlightening experience. I hope you've enjoyed the conversation. I hope it's been fun. I hope you all got a drink or had food and snacks while you were doing this. And then also let me know in the comments if you would be interested or if you would like to do some events on Zoom so that I can see your faces. Because what I realized is doing this today is that I really want to see the people. And then I don't also have to deal with this whole like chat room thing. Like, I want to see your beautiful faces. I want to see who you are. I want to hear your voices. And I want to really have a fully impacted conversation. So please, please, please message me later. I'll leave the chat open, but let me know if you'd be interested in doing like a Zoom event so we can have some on camera interaction and have full conversations. Um, so this was Hospitality Matters. I am Ronald Odom Jr., founder of Better Hospitality USA. And I just want you to know that you are the future of hospitality. You're the reason why I started this organization. And this is for you. So until we meet again, keep serving and have a good night.